Let's get to know them better. This is Hot at Lunch. Hot at Lunch on The Good Life.
Welcome to Hot at Lunch on The Good Life on Yarne Fam with myself, Luhle, because good things happen to me. And today we're jumping right into Hot at Lunch with a very exciting, interesting person, and we're getting to know them a little bit better. A little bit better. His name is Latty, and you probably know him as a trendsetter. You know him as an entrepreneur. You know him as an artist. You know him as a music producer. And I know him as my guest right here on the show. Good afternoon, Latty.
Good afternoon, Luhle.
I'm excited to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you in the country.
Shout out.
Now, thank you so much for finding time in your busy schedule to engage with me right here on the show. And if you're watching from Latty's social media platforms, shout out to you as well. And we're also going to be live on the Yarne FM YouTube. So please make sure that you make a notification for that episode. Right. Now, while you're at it, do engage on the WhatsApp DAP, plus 26739110666. Latty, we have been following you for years, and you pivot a lot in your life, and you stay winning all the time. Now, for now, let's take it from the top. Who are you? Who is Latty?
Who's Latty as in what do I do or who am I?
Who are you? We know what you do, but who's this gent?
Bro, now I'm just in this earth and trying to win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything, like amazing to say in terms of like, I'm just here trying to do my best.
You don't have anything amazing to say because you are the amazing thing that we say about. Talk about. I feel
flattered.
you. I feel you.
But yeah, we're all living life for the first time and we're trying to do our best,
Clock it. Let's take it from the bottom now. Take us through your journey. Where did you grow up at? All the way until you had the inspiration of being the superstar that you are today.
I was born in Gaborone. Yeah, private hospital. And I grew up I think for like a year or so. Actually, let me take it even further back. I think I've lived in Francistown for a little bit when I was like super, super, super young, before I was even 4 years old. Then around like when I was 4 years old, I moved to Solwane, where my grandmother was teaching. That's in Tswapong area for like a year or two. My grandmother was a primary school teacher. And then after that, we moved to Gabs. I think I was at the time. I schooled at Little Flowers daycare.
It's somewhere from day one.
Yeah. Shout out. You know what I mean? So, and then after that, I did Stena 1. My grandmother moved to Broadest. So we're staying in Solofelo Primary School and I was schooling there. So I schooled there from like grade 1 till grade 7. I was like never a kid on that Samadi transfer, so from Solofelo Primary School, I went to Marang and then till Form 3. And then after that, I went to Good Hope Senior. So and then I went to UB. I was studying Bachelor of Finance. Yeah, I got 46 points. Then I studied Bachelor of Finance. Then I dropped out,
Dope.
I dropped out because I was getting in trouble. So, but like, one thing I've noticed though is that, if you're ever not like doing that well in school, like how well an average student, you're probably gonna be the one who makes it.
Honestly, I have receipts.
You know what I mean, academically. So if you're out there and you're really struggling, but you're finding your way through, C, B, or sometimes D, if you just focus, make good relationships with the lectures, and follow through, show up, you are going to end up at the top of the ladder.
I like
that. So after that, I dropped out because, I was a problem. And then
like the truth.
I went to BAC and then I ended up just freezing the scholarship I was studying accountancy there. So that's my school history.
Yeah. Now, before we jump into why you dropped out and why you were a problem, in case other problems are listening to you, we're going to take a quick break while you engage with me on +26739111066.
Boom 104.9 FM. Hot at lunch. Hot at lunch.
We're back again on Hot at Lunch on the Good Life on Yarne FM with myself, Luhle, and Latty is still what's hot at lunch and popping on in the studio today. Latty, you did take us through your academic journey all the way until you froze your sponsorship. Now you are the talent. You are the man you think you are. Why were you the problem? I think that's when the whole of Botswana started knowing you, when you're in varsity. As much as you keep saying you're a problem, you're such an inspiration to a lot of people. Take us through your varsity days.
Our varsity, thing is, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness on. So for Jehovah's Witness, my grandmother was very strict. We barely did anything.
Don't celebrate birthdays, Ghana, right?
No birthdays, no Christmas, no New Year, no Easters. And that was like from standard 1 to like Poma Form 2. You know, so I never really had fun, you know.
Okay.
And birthdays, but and then just be there.
Sabaweli.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think, and also like a lot of things happened, you know, in my life. Like I went through so much pain and just a lot of, you know, loss and grief, you know, from a very young age, from when I was like very young, you know, just losing, you know, my grandfather, you know, who I considered as a father. Because at the time, never who my real mother was. So I grew up thinking that my mom was my sister. Yeah. So it was that kind of situation. And, you know, finding out those things, you just feel like your whole childhood was a lie. You know, so it's things that built trauma. You know, I've had to move from one place to another. My grandmother passed away, I think, in 2009. From 2, you know, having, you know, getting best overall in the whole school at Form 2, and my grandmother just passed away, and she's not there to see it. And when things just started spiraling down, once like one step at a time from there. You know, because I used to do most things to impress her, you know, or impress her. And then, you know, when she passed away, it's like,
you had no push.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like things just started going downhill. And I was also kind of mad at God also at the time, you know, because, you know, as a kid, you know, Jehovah's Witness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I was that kid. Like, even like I get to school, it was worse. I would be going, you know, for preaching Monday, Tuesday, every chance I got, even Thursdays, Saturdays, you know what I mean? And I was, you know, preaching it, on the platform and do the preaching as well.
Wow.
And then, you know, with all of that, with the praying, and then guess what happens? I decided I want to dedicate my life to God. I'm getting baptized. My grandmother's the happiest person in the world. And then I was supposed to be getting baptized on Saturday. She got hit by a car on a Monday while trying to cross the road by Malapo Crossing.
The Monday before your Saturday.
Yeah.
Your baptized Saturday.
Yeah, the Monday, it's before that Saturday. So I was just angry at God. I was like, yo, all these things I'm doing and then you do this to me. How could you do this to me?
Yeah.
Like, why me? What's going on? And already, you know, I had lost my sister, my biological mom. You know what I mean? So I was just at a point where I just felt, what is this? I was, you know, going through a lot of trauma. So we went to my uncle's. We went to go live with my uncle. You know, he lived with us for like a year and a half. And then we lost like our other cousin to suicide in the same house, you know. And that also, like, he was one of my favorite cousins. Like, treated me amazing, you know, during, you know, my mother passing away and everything. And then my uncle, which is like his parents, they felt, you know, they're going through a lot, which I understand as well, you know. So they couldn't be raising another kid
after losing their own,
you know. So sent us to Good Hope. That's how I ended up in Good Hope. I was so just angry at everything and the whole world and just God, and just like why do these things keep happening to me? You know. And then as you know, these things happen. I'm not even talking to people for the first like year. I'm always quiet, but they don't know what I'm just angry. I wanted to be in Bona Lady. Everybody's there. I'm all the way there. You know what I mean?
And it's like, a new environment you're not even used to.
Exactly. You know, people were squads according to their own schools and everything. So I can't like it's gonna go UB. I'm there. I've never had fun. I partly believe in God, and I just feel I want to get away from everything that's in my head. I just started going crazy.
You did.
It's the first time I got like freedom ever in my life, and freedom mixed with trauma is not a good combo.
Not a good combo.
Yeah. I thought I could handle, you know, the whole school thing and everything. But if you also keep bad company, you get caught with bad company and end up in trouble with them. Because obviously, having a Jehovah's Witness upbringing, I always had a conscience. I had a conscience to a certain extent. Even, you know, you would know when something is wrong.
Yeah.
But there was a time where these other boys in Nabasaut, we were walking from Kosher Nights in Main Mall. I stayed on campus at UB. So we're walking back, and then these guys, you know, they started jumping. And then the police came. We were walking, and they're not even, we didn't come with them. Mind you, it's just guys that we know from school. You know, we were walking together back to school. And then then they started doing those things.
No question asked.
Having hair like this also doesn't help.
Right?
Because when you look at me, you just see a delinquent. And let's say I could resort to the club past the 12 for 1 2 a.m. So if udule on a Friday, Saturday. So about Saturday, or Monday.
Oh.
Hey, because I maximum get 24 hours.
Oh yeah, now so, it's a weekend as well.
They don't say you are Friday just because
it's night.
It's night. It's not night.
And for Saturday.
So that's what happened. And no quality exam. And I was a guy, you know, I was cocky with it. You know what I mean? I knew what even if like passing test
exam, I got
it. All I have to do is just read for like overnight or like a night or two. It's like a sweet
my boy.
So what happened is obviously lectures are also building that thing. You know what I mean? So it happened and then I think I took too long to check the lecture out for makeup exam. So when I tried to come back, it
went south.
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. There was just a lot going on. I was too playful, you know. Plus, also when you start sipping, when you're
Onna le pride encha.
No, yeah. It
brand new.
comes with like a different kind of pride. Plus, also, you use liquor to also mask your traumas.
And now you seem like you have a certain level of esteem, but you genuinely don't have it. You just have the liquor in your system. Plus 267391166. Do engage with us on the WhatsApp dial and keep it locked and tuned in. We're taking this conversation all the way to 2 p.m. It's Hot at Lunch, and you don't want to miss out on it.
Hot at lunch. Hot at lunch.
Taking it to the top of the Good Life on Yarn FM, it's Hot at Lunch. Latty, you took us through your story. It's very interesting because I think kidi everyday life, it's about tertiary, any other tertiary, you can name it.
Yeah.
And the stories are never shared. And for somebody else, we never learn the stories. We never hear the stories enough to learn. So take something as a lesson from it, or actually to kill like me. The problem is not necessarily my circle. Next thing now you realize it's too late for you to have that makeup examination. What happens after that?
I mean, I didn't have proper time to study as well. No quality exam during the weekend, I ended up failing and discontinuing. But at the same time, I was also, hung up on entrepreneurship. In terms of, I started a modeling agency called X Models Agency. It became one of the biggest.
The best.
You know what I mean? And it had started, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, it started and it became one of the best, you know what I mean, in the country. So at the time, I started focusing more on entrepreneurship.
What inspired it?
What inspired what?
X Models.
Okay, I don't want to get into that, but since I see you're double. I was a model, and in the agency I was at, there was like sort of unfair treatment. The owner started, making advances at me. And this was like a dude, by the way. And obviously being a straight man, I rejected that. And then, things were never the same from there.
Yeah.
In terms of, you stop getting the gigs. You are chosen by a client of stuff like that.
Yo, we've all been through that.
So I was bitter.
Yeah.
Wait, you've had somebody make advances?
Yeah.
Hectic. On radio?
No.
Okay.
No, on radio, I mean, I can't play like a voice note. I
don't mean live on air. I mean in the industry. Yeah.
Voice over. Yeah, the gig is at the voice over, definitely. We get that a lot. I think, normally. How are able to there's a problem with you. Obviously, shortly after they shell at you and you say no, you're done.
Yeah, no, that's how it was.
Done.
So I started from a better point. It's not a good place to start anything, but sometimes it made things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was bitter and resentful, so I started this agency to show what I could do.
I think we have that in common. I started mine also because of exactly that.
Oh yeah.
Now let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I can do.
Yours is called
the butterfly.
The butterfly. Yeah. Mine, I think those who know X Models Agency.
Yep.
So I started going with that, and we just started being like Casper and AKA. When he's doing something,
You're doing something.
It was like
you were in the billboards and everything.
It was good, and I think it was a good banter and a good competition where we kept each other on their toes. You know what I mean? So that's how it happened. And for me right now, I mean, it is what it is. Whatever happened. It
doesn't matter when you moved on past that life. You know? Yeah. So now you're done with UB. You decide to come back to school with BAC. Take us through that part.
Yeah, I did BAC, but like, hey, when I get more BAC, I was already famous. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was kind of difficult. Sometimes business would be calling, and I'd be in school.
Yeah,
when you're already famous, school becomes different, especially when you try and do full time. It almost doesn't work. It actually doesn't work. Like it's difficult. Yeah, you know what I mean. And also looking like this with this kind of hair, I had piercings and everything. Teachers, like, if you want me to pass, don't put me on the spot. Don't start asking me questions and stuff like that. Don't try to put me on the spot. Like, just let me be there. I just want to be there. I don't want to talk to anybody. Hey, on the spot. And then now I just lose my train of everything, and I'm just, and then I didn't want to come to class anymore.
Also, kind of that point, trauma low key.
You know what I mean?
Or famous or celebrity, but there's still the part of you that's the baby in you, the child in you.
Yeah. So I didn't. Next about the harass you. I just wanted to come to school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that lady liked doing that. So now we get her like a feel, you know what? This ain't it for me right now. Let me just pause this and leave.
All right, you did pause that and left. Now, in leaving, you now started doing different things in terms of you being a businessman, you know. And speaking of your PS and said, go deal again.
They're there somewhere.
How solo did you?
I mean, I do.
You see how you pivot in life, we saw you're growing now, you know, you're looking into DJing and jiki la tu But before that, you collaborated with so many dope artists. You gave us beautiful music, the likes of Ditutuntwane. Take us through the inspo of
Shout out to Young Amazing. Shout out to Legacy DG, Ozzy F. Teddy. Shout out to William Last. Shout out to Spiza. Shout out to Geppy Roberts. Shout out to DP Rams. Shout out to WK. Shout out to Dalum Kids. Shout out to Tato Tladi. Shout out to Freddie Pro. Shout out to DJ on the track. Kalimija. That's my girl. She knows.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So these are all the people that I made hits with. You know, I went from hip hop. I did Amapiano, and I'm in Afro house music right now. So it's been an interesting journey, and when you look at this journey, you'll have an idea of where I was at that point, in terms of like emotionally, in terms of like age-wise, in terms of like just as a person, or what was going on in my life. You know, it's been a lot of, you know, changes, and I'm grateful. It's a blessing and a curse to be good at everything, because at school, not everything. Obviously, I can't run with Lizzie. I'm not athletic, but most of the things, especially that have to do with the mind, I'm very good at them. You know, because kweleng le go betla ne khona go betla go isa mazezuru. Ke bazezuru.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, I mean, I use that out of love. It's just a language thing. I never think it's that far, but unfortunately, like it must remember
I get a bazezuru.
Yes.
You know, I would be good at religious education, obviously because of a religious background, agriculture, even like kuri plotong, I'd be going in, you know what I mean?
Monna ke farm.
Hey, why?
Monna ke mulimi.
So like, basically, wait, I lost my train of thought.
You were good at everything.
But before that?
We're talking about your music and how you're good at different genres.
Yes. So, I was able to move from like one genre to the other, but it was, you know, just through evolution, because everybody has, you know, a certain type of evolution in their life. Sometimes what you're starting with will not be the ultimate thing. That is why there's a friend of mine who was struggling at one point. You know, he wanted to be a businessman. He looked up to me, hey bro, I see what you're doing. Len and I FD at some point, and he just came to me in my house. You know, he was a very good friend of mine. And he just said, bro, I wish I was like you. You seem to know what you want. You're working towards it. I don't even know what I want to do. You know, yo, look, bro, just start. Do anything. Because at some point you are going to end up aligning with what you really have to do. And then hanso rekisa magunya motho ba kopana le ena ba re ka rekisa magunya ka teng o ka rekisa di tile tsa me bontle blind o ncheke o tlo go bereka tiro abo you move from magunya to the tile hanso o rekisa di tile abo let me start my own place ke rekisa di tile. You do that thing and then ha ngwe COVID, you stop selling the tiles, the tiles stop selling, and then you're like, okay, what can I do? Face masks say you're getting into what you call it, the tender. And then the tender I'd say, well, okay, not just face masks, because COVID, you do another thing. You end up starting a restaurant. So similar to go restaurant. You know what I mean? So for me, I see it as evolution. And also you can also call it growth. So go with whatever is happening. Trust that if you can't believe in yourself, at least believe that God can put you through it. Go with it. So that's what happened. Kisimulutse with hip hop, we won best remix. You know, it was with Dintlo on the track, Freddie, Young Amazing, Legacy DG, Spiza, and Ozzy. We won that best remix, and then after winning the best remix, I felt like I was ready to move to a different genre, which is Amapiano. With that one, we ended up, working on something le Dalom Kids Weekend Latty. The Tutunchane remix.
That one is a dope fire song. The first time I heard it, I said to Sway, who's this? I'm like, which Latty is this? Because I was so shook to find you in that genre. Okay, I like that. Now, music aside, you're growing in the music platform. You're still a celebrity. You're still famous. You're still doing amazing. And then you decide to give us Smash or Pass. Yo, Mutugilar Libilisa, you chew corner to corner. What was the inspiration? Why you literally had our times, you had our data, you had our gadgets, you had our lives glued to the screen watching Smash or Pass. What was the inspiration? What?
Smash or Pass was like porn.
When you started it?
I'm saying Smash or Pass was like porn. Let me cook.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get you fired. It was porn in such a way. Everybody watched it, but nobody wanted to admit it.
Yep. No way.
You know what I mean? But how I got into that space was actually from this point. Like, I was working on a modeling TV show at the time. Something like America's Next Top
We're
Model.
not Tara Banks.
Yeah. So I shot it with Torch Studios. They're a professional videography, company. They shoot like movies, they shoot TV shows and series, everything. Our lady advert. So it's like a proper production company. We shot 2 pilot episodes because they wanted to submit them to BTV or now TV at the time. And how did they submit that? I get a budget or shoot the rest of the season. They told us you have to shoot all 12 episodes.
Yeah.
On your own.
Yep. And sell that.
And they might buy it.
Yep.
So that means this is for the rich.
Because where am I going to get a budget to shoot 12?
12 episodes.
Struggle with 2. Yeah.
Where are you going to get, bro, where are we going to get a budget to shoot 12 episodes? What is for people who already have money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nigga, the fault there, in the system, guys. So, so, and then I get, okay, I'm a believer in working with what I have. Okay, but what can I do now? in the meantime, maybe I could build my YouTube channel and start working on something that is television-ish, but what can I do that with what I have right now, where I'm at? And then I thought of Smash or Pass. That's how I got there. So I was like, okay, hagena di camera, hagena. Who can I talk to? So I start talking to my friends, but the videographer, I think the first person to come through for me was LK. LK, because I knew him through Matla Ephraim Bash.
Yes.
So I'm trying to shoot this thing, bro. Like,
What concept
come on, people. I think I'm used to just explaining things that people don't understand.
Yeah.
But sometimes, because of my passion and the passion that I have when I'm explaining something, or I'm trying to sell something to somebody, they end up doing it, even if they don't see it sometimes. They just say, okay, no, I'd like to think this guy is onto something, And then every Ridira. Sabaga Manyapeta was there, Ubuntu Band was there,
Matla was there,
Dwag was there.
Everybody was there.
It was cool.
Was that how we got to know a lot? Vusi was after Vusi was Vusi.
Vusi was after our blog.
Oh, yeah, so after Vusi was Vusi.
So there was Vusi, but I think the Smash or Pass then it just also blew her even more to other, because I came, like, everybody comes with like different, fan bases or demographic.
Yes.
So I think Lena, I was also I had a different type of demographic. Lena to hers, Lena to mine.
True.
So I wouldn't say we worked on something together. And then people seemed to like it. We ended up taking it to Molepole
you took it to different places. Were you collaborating with those places?
Yeah, I would come with what the smart thing that I was doing as a content creator is, okay, to all the content creators watching, if you have something that's blowing up and you enjoy doing it, and then a certain specific type of content blows up, what you need to do is replicate more of what they like, but do it in a little bit different ways. But if you see they like this thing, do more of it. So what I do is, okay, so they like Dwerg, okay, have her in another episode. They like Matla and Dwerg, have them in the next episode. And then, okay, in the next new episode, you can take them to the next one and then have other new people. And then when you go to different places, like Utsama, I ended up going to Molepole. When I went to Molepole, the people of Molepole, you use the people of Molepole to be part of the show. People see people that they're familiar with. You are at a bar that they're familiar with when you're shooting. So people feel familiarity. They feel part of it, which is what I wanted. I wanted people to feel like this is our thing. It's not the Latty's thing. You feel me? So when we go to Maung, it's Amalebo Ozi. We have Pro Mutumi there. Pro Mutumi was very famous. She had content that everybody loved.
She was dope.
Yo, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And you had over 200K viewers, dog.
500. 500K was Molepole. And we did Molepole because my friend, he was struggling at the time.
Yeah.
But things changed for him as time went on. And so when you put other people on, those are the same people when you are down because you know what I
that's
mean?
so true.
So when because he's from Molepole anyway. Molepole is the biggest village in Botswana. You should take your Smash or Pass there.
Citizen ya Molepole ngwana.
And Molepole, I think, I forgot how many people, but it's the biggest village in Botswana with the most population. I don't know about hectares or square
I get
meters,
you.
but in terms of like population, it's the biggest. So, and it's still the most viewed. I had Dona on it. I had Kwete. I had
and Kwete was going crazy.
I can like Kwete go my fiking. But anyway, I had Dona, I had Kwete, I had Mata, I had Dada Cavino, I had so many people. Yeah, so we just started taking to different places, Raisa Francistown as well, and joining, and just kept growing. Oh, by the way, the episodes, I unlocked them last night.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, if you want to watch them now, they're available on YouTube on my channel.
Perfect timing, perfect timing. But are we going to see more of the new episodes from now on?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. Like for a long time, I didn't want to do it, but I think I need to do them and then take them also to like South Africa, because I've been mingling with a lot of the TikTokers, the YouTubers that side, and they watch my content as well. When they see me, they introduce, but they already know me because they watch the stuff. It was reaching them.
Okay, now because of time, we're running out of time right now, but I want you and I to jump into you moving to South Africa. You now stay there. You took us, and what I appreciate is you took us through the journey of moving to South Africa. Day one, day two, just the baby steps. I got an apartment, I got a bed, I got this. And obviously, everybody who doubted you moving the first time now had a little bit of hope when you started finishing your apartment, when you found your apartment, and now you're booked and busy every single time.
This is what happened. I was working so hard in Botswana, and I kept on trying to do everything, but I just felt like people didn't understand it. And also, I don't know what it was, but no matter how much I tried, sometimes I would get to like an event and my set is crazy. People are going crazy. People are singing along, even better than other DJs.
Places.
Even better than other DJs. But then next time you don't get booked. So, and you'd never really know what's causing that thing. So I've tried so many things, but I ended up saying, you know what? Sometimes we'll complain also about other issues that we have in our industry because it's so small. I love my country, don't get me wrong. Hey, but this is, I love my country. Everything's, it's still an infant industry. We're all trying to move somewhere. So okay, I can either complain or I can just do something about it. So that's when I decided, you know what? I need to move. I've always wanted to move. I've been procrastinating. Maybe it's time I go. So I was like, okay. I had been going to South Africa. I recorded a song with Mtunzi. I got a studio through Jack Butloku, who was in South Africa at the time. I recorded Mtunzi. I met him on Instagram. And I just told him my story. And he said, come through.
And that was it?
Yeah. If God wants you to win, nobody can do anything.
Clock it.
And if you knock on 10 doors, one will open. You know what I mean? So I decided, okay, no, look, let me talk to some of the people I've been making connections with. Other people that I've been meeting. They give visit us South Africa sometimes. I'm trying to look for an apartment, help me find it. Found the apartment. And I was like, look, when I was still working towards it, I was saving, doing gigs, getting that guy, the broke guy that the girls that the girls don't want. But hey, but
while you were saving for your bills and essay, or wherever
I was thinking, I need to go to SA, and I wanted to buy decks, which I have right now because I bought them, and it's one of the best, so. I can save, and then at some point I was like, it's time. January Gava. And then at that time I said, okay, but what can I do that can help me to start at my highest level? I was like, I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm going to quit smoking marijuana. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to focus on this thing. And then I quit that. I got 3 months worth of rent. no, but I'll see what happens. If I fail, I'll come back. There's nothing wrong with coming back.
Wrong with coming back home.
You tried. Even when you look back, I did this thing. At least I saw it didn't work. You know what I mean? So I became via apartment. Start getting into places. Yo, Edmila, I'm a DJ. Check out my profile. This is what I do. I'll send you my thing. Get your number. Yo, can I play here for free? You know, started doing things for free. Finding places where there's other creators, you know, go to what you call it, in case there's probably a kid out there who's watching. Amp Studios in Newtown. You know, there's a lot of creatives that come there to do podcasts, that come do all those things. And Fresh was doing his podcast there at the time. I try to link up with Fresh. I'm like, yo, hey, I heard you're doing your podcast every Thursday. It's like, come through. I come through on Thursday. He's not there. I try to call him. He doesn't answer. And then I just kept on trying and trying. Oh, he's playing in Maboneng and I live in Maboneng. Hey, big dog. And then he first bumped me. I was like,
Fresh, why?
One of that day, I can jump again. I'm never gonna ask anything from this man. I was hurt. And then it became for the longest time. That was around January, I guess.
Yeah.
Then September, it came out of nowhere. He long followed me. Probably you'd been. Sometimes come on, everybody asks Fresh for help. Everybody asks for all these people for help. But, you know, how many can he help? He helps a lot of people, I agree. But is he him? So he was probably watching me. He never told me he was watching, but yeah. And then March, he just called about Latty. What are you doing on Thursday?
Another Thursday.
Another Thursday. I'm thinking, God damn. And then he's like, come through to the studio. And then I was like, all right, no, I'll be there, big dog. And then back and say pitch here 5 minutes or 30 seconds, because you have to pitch. Go back and you pitch at 30 seconds, 1 minute, you know, 2 minutes, just in case.
That time.
Okay, no, I'll be ready for that. And then when I got there, he introduced me to the whole team and said, I think you just hired yourself. And then I started being part of the podcast. Now I thought I was just being there to be heard. And then I started writing questions for the podcast at the time. You know, one of the best people by now gave me like a shot. One of the first people to give me a shot. I felt like I belonged to something when I was there. So just go out there if you're trying to move to South Africa, if you're trying to move to
you hang out with Zbu as well, right?
Zbu is my guy.
Yeah.
Zbu is my guy. Such a great person. It's just his, and I was saying when I think people sells Boo in a very, you know, weird way. They say he's a Knoxman, what, like
but they've never started to appreciate his
But he's a
wisdom.
cool person, you know, he's a cool person. And he genuinely just has love for business and love to see other people winning. Not from my experience. From my experience, I'm talking from me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for me. He's been nothing but kind to me. You know, every time he sees me in any space, he'll even say, "Nah, my boy from Botswana. You know, I see what you're doing. I appreciate you." And he even told me, like, he's one of. At first, I was afraid to say that I'm from Botswana when I was in South Africa. He told me, "No, bruh. Say your story. You being from Botswana, you moving from Botswana, and you talking about your experience from coming to Botswana to South Africa. It is what makes you different, and it is your story."
Right.
You know, so that's how it's been. That's how it's been.
Dope stuff. And you've been doing amazing. For somebody else who has not taken time to appreciate Latty's journey, please do so across his social media platforms. Now, 2026 is jumping into the last half of the year.
Yeah.
What should we expect from you, from all aspects of your life? For starters, can you expect the or unlock the episode smash and pass,
Yeah.
right? And more will come. What else? The DJ, the music producer. What are we looking at this year?
Look out to more DJ mixes, Afro House music. Look out to more music. I'll be dropping more music. Also, look out to more YouTube episodes. YouTube content, not just Smash or Pass alone, but like I'm going in hard, like for the world now, like where we are investing in this and we're just going all out. Because when I did it at first, it was just me alone, but now I'm going to do it with a team. So we're about to just take everything by the storm because it's a proven concept. It has worked over and over. You know, every time we released an episode, it trended. And I was doing this on my own. I learned how to, the reason why I was good at everything, all the 2 episodes were shot and edited by LK. And then the rest of the episodes, I learned,
I took a week.
I took a week to learn how to edit so I could edit my own episodes.
That's dope.
Yeah, all the Smash Passes were edited by me. So imagine now with the team. We're going to take it to every place in Botswana, and then we're going to take it outside Botswana to South Africa, different places in SA, Namibia, Zimbabwe, all the places. So expect that YouTube content is coming back, and music. I have a lot of music. It's amazing. I have like beautiful music that's coming through. A lot of features from South Africa, a lot of features from Botswana. I'm working with people in Durban, a lot of people in Joburg, and just expect that.
I like that. All right, now for somebody who's listening in, artist Botswana, they'd like to collaborate with you or work with you one way or the other, where else could they reach you?
They can reach me on my page or... but one thing I could say is, you've never done anything on your own. Don't say, I'm working on my first song, I want to work with you. Never forget. Because why should I invest my time if you can't invest your own time into doing this thing?
Alone.
Hey, if you can't, feature on your first song. And you don't even, you have a song and you don't have a song on your own. So you could buy this, but you can't pay for studio. That means you don't really want it. So why should I want to work with you if you don't want your career?
If you don't have
that
passion in your craft.
Yeah. Invest in what you're doing first, and then I'll invest in it. I should invest in your company. Where now why should I put my money in something that you don't see the value in you putting money in it? Why should I?
That's dope.
So, but like anybody else who's working, okay, you've done this, you have the talent, even if you're not big, I'm always ready to work. Tag me, Mobo, Facebook, or tag me on the Instagram, Garibon. Trust me, Haksa reply. The misfits, that's what I call people who follow me, my fans, the misfits. They know I reply. Tag me on what you're doing. If it's good, I'll reply.
If it's good, I'll definitely, Alrighty.
I'll definitely reply.
Thank you so much. Your email address, you want to share that with us?
LattyManagement@gmail.com.
Say that again.
LattyManagement@gmail.com.
And then X-Models, are you coming back?
I'm already working on something right now with JB. We're working on some influencer work. Where we're responsible for finding influencers for their campaigns and a lot of other companies that are coming through. So I don't want to kill my entrepreneur side. I need to explore. Right now, people know what I've been selling shoes. I've been selling shoes, clothes, and it's good.
You're doing amazing.
Customers are happy, and they know where to call me. 775-12096. 775-12096. Come through, get your clothes, get your shoes.
Get the drip. Alrighty, Latty, thank you so much. I wish we had forever to engage in this conversation, but thank you so much for finding time and your busy schedule to engage with us. And for you tuned in, I highly appreciate you. Let's now take it to the top, jumping into the third exciting hour of the Good Life Show. And this is how we wrap up Hot at Lunch.
Hot at Lunch. Hot at Lunch.